Okay, bing, bing, bing. Welcome, everybody. Thank you for joining. If you haven't come to this energizing power flow before, then thank you for coming. If you have come before and you're coming back, also thank you for coming. My name's Angela, if I haven't taught you before, and we are just going to get started. So I'm going to start seated today, so you can grab a spot at the top of our mat. I'm going to face you guys for now, but you can be facing the front of your mat. And we're just going to start with our eyes closed. And I'm sitting cross-legged, but if you want to sit in a different shape, then that's totally fine as well. We're going to be here for a couple of minutes, so trying to grab somewhere where you feel you can stay at ease for a couple of minutes. Face the front. Sitting nice and tall wherever we are, as always. This is going to be a really active class, so we're going to start active. That's why we're seated up, nice and long spine, as opposed to laying down, which is how I start a lot of my classes. Just going to spend a few moments gathering our breath, spending a few moments trying to find some kind of stillness in our mind, trying to maybe actively rid ourselves of anything that's not going to serve us for this practice, anything that we feel is maybe holding us back a little bit. And as we do so, we're going to bring our awareness to our breath. Keeping our inhalations and exhalations through the nose. Maybe starting to activate our Ujjayi breath right away if we wish, if that's in our practice. Maybe inhaling through the nose, causing the restriction at the back of our throat, and exhaling through the nose. That Ujjayi breath, creating that ocean sound. Maybe allowing us to be a little more thoughtful about the depth of our breath. Gently and without judgment, maybe lifting up our shoulders if we've caught ourselves kind of shrugging down already. Seeing if we can maintain that nice tall spine. Crown of the head facing the roof, so maybe the chin is tucked a little bit. Maybe we want to place one hand on our stomach and one hand on our chest. Seeing if we can feel the expansion of our stomach with our inhales. And allowing that belly button to kiss the spine with our exhales. Sometimes when we're breathing and we feel like we're breathing deep, sometimes our breath gets stuck in our lungs and in our chest. So when we breathe in, our stomach actually depletes. And that's because we're not breathing to our fullest depth. So we're going to try and do this here. Breathe to fill the stomach, allowing the breath to move way past the chest. Inhaling deeply through the nose. And exhaling deeply through the nose. Inhaling again through the nose. Filling the stomach. And exhaling, depleting the stomach. Going to be here just for a couple more rounds of these nice deep breaths. Feeling free to maybe set an intention for your practice here if you wish. Taking our last two breaths here. And then gently blinking our eyes open. We're going to release our arms all the way up to the roof on our inhale. And as we exhale, we're going to release our feet, find ourselves into a boat. Arms can round out beside the body. Maybe our knees are bent. Maybe we have hold of our hamstrings. Maybe our legs are out nice and straight and arms are straight as well. We're going to hold here for 10 breaths. For 9, 8, really lifting up through the back. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice and strong. Start bending the knees. We're going to grab hold of the hamstrings. Just going to rock back once and then roll forward right onto the feet and then hop back through a plank. So using our next breath, we can roll back. Rolling right onto the feet, hands placed right down on the mat. Jump back, find our plank. Starting super strong here. Raising through the shoulders, we're going to hold here for 3 more breaths. And for 2. And for 1, we're going to drop the knees. Bend the elbows in nice and tight. Drop the chest and the chin. Slide forward. Find our baby cobra. And exhale, roll the body down. From here, we're going to place our hands just above our shoulders. And we're going to inhale, raise up into a back bend. Going to hold here for 1 deep breath. Exhale, sigh at the mouth. On our next breath, feeling free if this is too much of a back bend to extend your arms out as wide as you need, as far forward as you need. On our next breath, we're going to inhale, raise our left arm all the way up, nice big circle. Twisting the body to the left-hand side. Staying here for just 2 breaths, or maybe grabbing hold of that left leg. Gaze over the left shoulder, holding just for 1 more breath. And then round that arm all the way back to the front. Inhale, raise the right arm all the way up and back. Find your twist. Again, staying here, or maybe grabbing hold of that right ankle. Gaze over that right shoulder, holding for just 1 more breath. And release it if you have it. Round that arm all the way back to the front. Loads of grip at the fingers. We're going to roll up from the knees. Bring the hips to heels. Find an active child's pose. We're going to keep our toes tucked, allowing the forehead to come down to the mat. We're going to raise up onto our fingertips wherever we are. Extending and stretching out through the shoulders. Holding here for 2 breaths. Feeling free to add loads of weight into the fingertips to feel that stretch. Holding just for 1 more. And as we inhale, we're going to roll all the way up onto our knees. Round out through the arms 1 last time. And then bring our hands forward and in prayer. So we're on our tiptoes here. Our toes are tucked here. If you want to untuck them, feel free. We're going to keep our hands in prayer, and or interlaced, whatever you prefer. And we're just going to round out through the wrists. We're going to be on our wrists quite a bit today, so taking a moment to give them a stretch. Nice little wave through. As I usually suggest, feel free to do any wrist stretches that suit you. Depending on how you spend your day, everybody always needs a different kind of stretch. So usually what I say is people who ride a bike all the time probably need a different stretch than people who are on a keyboard all the time. So do what works for you. We'll be here just for 1 more breath. Again, feel free to untuck your toes at any time. Nice, guys. 1 last breath. And then we'll inhale, raise our arms up. Exhale, rounding out 1 last time. Bring the hands all the way back to where they were, finding a tabletop just for a moment. Gonna untuck our toes and just give ourselves some toe taps if we kept our toes crunched the whole time. From our tabletop here, we're gonna extend as much as we can through the shoulders. Tuck the toes once more. Really nice and slow. We're gonna roll up into our first down dog. So super, super, super slow movement. Raising our hips up. Maybe starting to straighten through the legs. Maybe starting to drop the heels to the mat. Maybe the heels never touch the mat. That's totally fine. Spending a second here to stretch out through the hips. Walk in the dog a little. Dropping the chest down as much as we can. Maybe it's good for us to keep a bend in our knees. Maybe that allows us to bring our hips a little higher, so feel free. Nice, guys. We're going to find stillness in our down dog after your next breath. And then as we inhale, we're going to raise our left leg all the way up to the roof. Inhale, bring this left knee halfway up. We're going to bring our left hand in the center of the mat and roll to the inside edge of the right foot, extending right hand up and left leg out. Holding for 3, flexing the left foot, raise the hips for 2. And for 1, we're going to connect the left ankle to right thigh and bend into the right knee. Extend the right hand up overhead. Holding for one more breath. Inhale, straighten through, release the left leg, extend it out. Inhale, round the right hand down. Just for a moment, left leg comes up. Right hand is going to come back. So we have our left leg and right hand up. Maybe we grab hold of the foot, holding just for one breath. And release, placing our right hand down. Extending our left hand up, take a twist and a side plank. Option to have this left knee bent. Option to have the left knee extended, holding for one more breath. And then we're going to bring the left foot all the way to the front. Our left hand is going to follow. Pivot on the ball of the back foot. Inhale, round, right arm up and left arm up. Find our warrior two, left leg in front. Taking a moment to adjust your feet if you need. As always, checking if that left foot is in line with the arch of the back. Nice strong gaze over this left hand, holding just for one more breath. And as we exhale, we're going to place our left arm on the left thigh, swing the right arm all the way around. Right arm extends all the way up overhead. Really active stretch for this hand. One nice long line from the outer edge of the right foot to the right hand, holding for one more breath. And when ready, we're going to release the left hand up just for a moment, keeping the chest still open to the right hand side. And then wheel the arms back to our warrior two. And then right way, we're going to drop the right hand, raise the left, circle them all the way around, twisting the chest all the way to the left side, hips to the front. Gaze to the back, left hand. So we're on the ball of the back foot. Holding for two more breaths, maybe deeply bending that front knee. When ready, we're going to straighten through the left leg. Lower the right hand down. Keep the gaze up at the left hand. Both legs are straight here. If you use blocks normally, feel free to grab them. Holding for one more breath. And then we're going to bend slightly into the left leg. Step it all the way back into a side plank. Move nice and slow and steady. Raising the hips up. Feel free to drop the inside leg if you need. Holding for one. And for two, we're going to inhale, raise the hips up, raise the left arm up. Exhale, we're going to bring this left hand underneath the right, finding a twist. Inhale, raise it up. Exhale, lower it down. Last one, inhale up. Exhale, left hand comes all the way down, find your plank. Work your way through that same knees, chest, chin we already did. Or maybe work your way through your full vinyasa. Sorry, your chaturanga. Rolling our way in our own time back into our downward facing dog. We're going to inhale once here through the nose. And sigh it out. Nice audible sighs out. Always take the option to do this. I usually suggest it, but if I don't suggest it, always feel free to take it. On our next breath, we're going to inhale, raise our right leg up this time. Exhale, bring this right knee halfway up. Placing all the weight in the right hand, coming to the inside edge of the opposite foot, extending the right leg out, left hand up, holding for one more breath, flexing the right foot, and then connect the right ankle to left thigh. Take a bend in the left knee, stretch the whole body up, nice big stretch, holding for one more. Inhale, lengthen, release the right leg, stretch it out, holding for one, and for two, raise it up, and for three, lower it down. Shoot it up into the air. Adjust the back foot if you need. And then we're going to maybe grab hold of that right foot with the left hand. If you're not grabbing for it, maybe just going for that motion, holding for one more. And exhale, release the left hand down. Take the twist, all the weight's in the left hand, in that version of side plank. Maybe the right knee is bent, maybe the foot is connected to the thigh, maybe it's extended out. We're holding for two breaths. And for one breath, swing the whole right side to the front. Pivot on the ball of the back foot, raise both arms up, find your warrior two, right leg in front. Use your same adjustments if you need. Seeing if we can have our hips facing the left side. Right knee over more to the right side, gaze in front of this right middle finger. Holding here for three. Maybe bending a little deeper if we can for two. And for one, placing the right arm on top of the right thigh, swinging the left arm all the way across. Finding the most stretch you can first. Chest is really open to the left hand side. Gaze up at this left hand for one last breath. As we inhale, we're going to raise the right hand up. Seeing we can maintain this twist, the whole body's open to the left side. Holding for one more. So we inhale, we swing the arms back to the warrior two. And then right away, we're going to raise the right arm up. Left arm swings down, twist the whole body round. Gaze to that back right hand. We're pulling back with the right hip and forward with the left. Nice deep bend in that knee, holding for one more breath. And then we're going to straighten through the right leg. Lower the left hand down. Maybe the gaze stays up at that right hand. Find your revolved Trikonasana. Gaze at that right hand for one more breath. And one last breath. Placing all the weight in the left hand, we're going to step this right leg all the way back, nice and slow, into that side plank. Gaze still at the roof, lifting through the hips. We're going to inhale, raise the hips, raise the right hand. Exhale, find your twist. Right hand comes under the side body. Inhale, raise it up. Exhale, find your twist. Nice one, guys. Inhale, raise it up. Exhale, right hand down, find your plank. Work your way through your vinyasa. Nice one, guys. Find yourself in your downward facing dog. Raise the hips. We're going to have 3 resting breaths here. If you want to rest in down dog, feel free. If you want to drop the knees, untuck the toes, and take your rest in child's pose, feel free as well. Take a moment to regulate your breath. Maybe come back to your Ujjayi breath if you started there and then maybe lost it. Or if you find that we're breathing quite fast, take just a moment. Get yourself back to whatever your regular is. And then when we're ready, if we're not in down dog, we're all going to meet here. Finding our hips nice and high. Holding for one more breath. Placing the weight into our left leg, we're going to inhale, right leg up. Bend into the right knee, stack the hips. Open the hips out to the right hand side. Pointing in the right foot. Finding your nice open hips, holding for one more breath. As we exhale, we're going to bring our foot all the way to the outside edge of the right hand. Pivot on the ball of the back foot, raise the left hand up, find our twist. Couple options here. We're either going to stay here, or we're going to take a bind. Left arm behind the body, right arm under the leg. And then we're either going to stay here, we're going to jump forward for bird of paradise. If we're doing this, we can bring our gaze to the right foot. Hop ourselves all the way to the front. Loads of different options here. So option to stay here or option to fully lift up, finding our balance in that left foot as we raise the right leg up. And then maybe extend the right leg up. Whatever shape you're in, we're going to hold for 3 breaths. And for 2. And for 1, we're going to slowly lower the right foot down if we have it lifted. And we're all going to meet at the back of the mat. So the right leg is going to twist all the way to the back of the mat. Right hand is going to lower, left hand is going to raise. If we're in this shape on the opposite side with our bind, we're just simply swapping to the back of the mat. It's still the right knee that's bent. It's still the left hand that's raised. Holding for 1 more breath. And exhale, left hand's going to come down. Heel toe that right foot out to the side. And maybe via a chin stand or maybe just step the right foot back. We're going to work our way through a vinyasa, so we're at the back of the mat. Finding our downward facing dog here. And getting ready to start right away on the opposite side. Lifting our left leg up, bending nice and deep into that left knee, stacking hips to the left side, which was just our right side, because now we're at the back. Opening up through the chest, so you can keep our chest down to the mat, but the hips stacked to the left for 1 last breath. And as we inhale, we're going to round through, bring this left foot all the way to the outer edge of the left hand. Pivot on the back foot so it's 90 degrees, bring the right hand lifted. So from here, again, we either stay in the shape, really good shout, or we take a bind. Right arm now behind, gaze over right shoulder. Either staying here or working our way through our birds of paradise. Hopping that right foot to the back of the mat and slowly lifting our way up. Maybe finding an extension of this left leg. Holding for 3 breaths wherever you are. And for 2. And for 1. Making our way to the front of the mat now. So left leg is going to lower. Maybe in our bind, we bring the left leg all the way back to the front of the mat. We release the hands. Getting here from whatever shape we were in. Right arm is still lifted, left arm is still lowered. Still in a nice deep bend in the front. Holding just for 1 more breath. Exhale, bring that right hand down. Heel toe the left foot out to the side. Work your way again, maybe through a chin stand, through your vinyasa. My chin stand was no good last time, so I'm going to try again. I was a bit wobbly. Still a bit wobbly. Sometimes you got it, sometimes you don't. Finding our way back in our down dog together here. We're going to take 2 cleansing breaths. Nice deep inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Dropping the chest with your exhale. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, sigh it out. Nice audible sounds here, guys. From here, left foot is planted, right foot lifts, Exhale, bring this right foot all the way in between the hands, straighten through that right leg. Walking the hands over to the left, feet to follow, so the feet are parallel to the short edge of the mat. We're going to inhale, halfway lift for flat back. And exhale, fold. Inhale, we're going to sweep the arms all the way up to the roof. Exhale, hands come down to the mat. From here, our left hand is going to stay in the center, and our right hand is going to come, maybe connected somewhere on this left leg. If we have hold of our shin, then we're twisting our chest out open, or maybe the right hand is just planted on the mat somewhere in front of the right foot. Finding your twist across this right side body, maybe the chest is twisted straight out to the left hand side. Holding for 1 more breath. As we inhale, we're going to wheel the right hand up, left hand up, swap sides. So right hand is going to come to the center of the mat. Left hand is going to grab hold of somewhere in the right leg, or again, maybe just plant the left hand in front of the right foot. Wherever you're at is good. Working your way to maybe having the chest facing the side of the mat really open. Holding for 1 more breath. And inhale again, raise the left arm up, right arm follows, find your twist, or find your circle. Inhale, raise the arms up. Exhale, round the hands all the way down back to the mat. Inhale, halfway lift for a flat back. Maybe the hands stay on the mat. As we exhale, walk the hands back to the front. Frame the right foot. Step it back, work your way through your vinyasa. Maybe 3-legged. Whatever you'd prefer. Making your way back to your downward facing dog. Holding just for 1 breath. And letting it go. Planting right away, all of our weight in the right foot. Inhale, raise our left leg up. Exhale, bring this left leg all the way to the front and straighten it. Walk the hands now to the right hand side. Allow the feet to follow parallel to the short edge of the mat. Inhale, raise up, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. This time, inhale, sweep the arms all the way up. You're going to pivot the feet. So they're in a V shape, so both of our feet are facing the corner edges of the mat. Arms are raised up. As we exhale, we're going to cactus out the arms, so bend at the elbows, and bend into the knees. Going as low as we can here, really open through the hips. Nice strong fingers open through the chest, holding for 1 more breath. Inhale, raise up, straighten through the legs. Exhale, round the hands all the way down to the mat. A couple different options for this one as well. So first option is going to be to stay in a forward fold. Maybe walking our hands further and further through the legs. A great option. Second option is going to be to lower the head down. Maybe work our way into a headstand. So maybe we just lower the head down and we stay as we are. Or maybe we hop our feet up onto our elbows and stay there. Or maybe we lift one leg, or maybe we lift both. Whatever version you're in, we're going to be here for about 5 breaths. Either really deep diving into the forward fold, or finding some stability in your headstand. Nice, guys, holding. And getting ready to take your last breath. If you're in your headstand, nice and safely make your way down. We're all going to inhale one last time, halfway lift. And as we exhale, we're going to walk the hands, frame that left foot at the front, step it through, work your way through your vinyasa. Finding ourselves in this downward facing dog together. Absolutely no rush, take your time. And when we're ready, we're going to bring our gaze forward. Going to take a nice bend in our knees, and we're going to take a hop, step, or jump all the way to the front of the mat, finding ourselves in a forward fold. When we arrive, inhale, sweep our arms up. Exhale, hands in prayer, hinge from the hips all the way down the mat. From here, we're going to heel toe the feet about hip distance apart if they're not already. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way up. Really round through the shoulders as we just did before. At the beginning, find an interlace behind the back. Inhale, take a little back bend or deep back bend, whatever you like. Exhale, hinge again from the hips. Keep the hands interlaced, find your forward fold. Maybe taking a slight bend in the knees if you find that you're kind of prone to hyperextending. Allowing the crown of the head to be nice and heavy, dragging the body down. Maybe seeing if the hands are interlaced, if we can keep the palms together. Holding for one more breath. And on our inhale, we're going to raise up, release the hands, bend the knees, find ourselves in our chair. Taking a quick peek down our toes, seeing if we can see them past our knees, holding for 3. And for 2, sitting a bit deeper if we can. And 1, swing the arms all the way back, straighten through the legs, interlace the hands, find yourself back in your fold. While we're in this fold, this time we're going to heel toe the feet together. Taking one more deep breath. And then we're going to inhale, release the hands, bend the knees. Find ourselves back in our chair. This time our feet are together. And then we're going to raise up onto our tiptoes. Seeing if we can hold our balance for 3 breaths. Sitting a bit deeper for 2. And for one last time, we're going to keep the bend in the knees. As we swing the arms all the way up, drop the chest onto the thighs. So hands are not interlaced, arms are just facing up, palms are facing together. Holding for 3. And for 2, raising the shoulders up. And for one last time, swing them forward, find your chair, drop your heels. For 3. And for 2. And for 1, straighten through the legs, take a forward fold. Inhale, raise up, halfway lift for flat back. Exhale, fold. This time planting your hands down in a hop, step, or jump our way through our vinyasa. Finding ourselves in our downward facing dog together here. Really collapsing the chest down, really stretching through the shoulders, holding for one more breath, 1 deep breath. Maybe sigh it out. Allowing the chest to drop. From here, bringing our gaze forward. We're going to step our feet about mat distance apart, halfway up the mat. So stepping our right leg forward, left leg forward, finding that forward fold once again. The left hand is going to come into the center of the mat. Inhale, sweep the right arm up. Maybe stay here, or maybe take a bind. Right arm, maybe your right hand rather, maybe coming to the inside of the left thigh. If this feels like a good twist, maybe bend into the left leg. Open up the chest a little more. Again, gaze to the roof or to the right shoulder, holding for one more breath. Inhale, straightening through the leg if you had it. Bent, raising the right arm up if you had the bind. Exhale, drop the right hand down. Swap sides. Left hand raises up. Either staying here or taking a bind or bending in that right knee. You might find one side has way more stretch. For me, this raising the left shoulder is a lot tighter than raising the right almost always. So you usually can't twist quite as far. Holding for one last breath wherever you are, and then releasing whatever modification you have. We can all meet with the shoulder raised, the hand raised. Exhale, roll it down. Find yourself back in the forward fold. Sweeping the hands back first, and then inhale, raise them all the way up. Exhale, round them out. With our legs this wide, we're going to place our hands on our glutes or just below. As we inhale, we're going to start to slide the hands down, finding ourselves into the deepest back bend that we wish to go into. If you have full wheel in your practice from here, from this drop, feel free to take it. We're going to hold in our version of back bend for 4 more breaths. Nice, guys. Last 2 breaths. And 1 last breath. We gently roll our way up. Right away, hinge from the hips. Find your last forward fold here. Maybe placing your hands behind your legs, pulling you closer and closer through, releasing that back bend. And then gently rolling your way out. Gonna walk our hands to the front. If you want to try a little handstand hop to work your way through your vinyasa, feel free. If you want to just step the legs back, also feel free. I'm just going to step mine back and work your way through your vinyasa. Finding yourself back here, we'll bring our gaze forward once again. Take our bend in our knees. This time we're going to end up seated at the front of the mat. Bend in the knees, take your hop, your step, or your jump. Finding yourself in seated, and right away we can extend the legs out. Find yourself back in the boat. I'm just going to be here for 3 breaths. And for 2. For 1, we're going to raise our arms up, straighten our legs out, and lower the whole body down to the mat. Nice big stretch out of the arms. From here, we're going to walk, or slide rather, our feet over to the left-hand side. Maybe staying with the feet beside each other, or maybe stacking the right foot over the left. And then we're going to drag our hands also over to the left-hand side. Grabbing our right wrist with our left hand and pulling us even further, stretching through the whole side body. Continuing what we've done the whole class, which is really working into our obliques. If it's a bit intense at your glute, mainly with the right foot stacked, definitely feel free to unstack it. Feel free to pull yourself more and more over to the left-hand side. The whole body's on the mat still. Seeing if we can maintain this little banana with our shoulders on the ground, maybe even our elbows on the ground, though that might feel a little intense. Holding for 1 more breath. And then working our way through neutral. And then right away, rolling to the other side. So releasing the stack of your ankles, bringing them all the way over to the right-hand side. Again, maybe staying with your feet side to side, or maybe stacking the left over the right. Grabbing hold of the left wrist with the right and dragging yourself over to your banana on the opposite side. This stretch has the potential to feel super inactive. Maybe you feel like you're doing it wrong, or it has the potential to be an extremely long stretch all the way from the ankle that's bending all the way to the wrists. Predominantly feeling it in the side body maybe, and in the shoulders and in the glutes. Holding here for 2 more breaths. And 1 more breath. Releasing your wrists, releasing the stack of the ankles, bringing yourself back through neutral. Having our arms extended overhead still as we did. We're just going to take 1 deep inhale and float directly back into that boat. So inhale, stretch up. As we exhale, straight arms and straight legs to start, and then maybe we bend, maybe we extend the arms beside the body. We're going to bring the feet, soles of the feet, I'm going to say I said palms of the feet, soles of the feet facing together, drop them down. Inhale, raise up nice and tall onto the sit bones. Exhale, lower down, take a forward fold through these bent legs. Feeling free to maybe even grab hold of your feet to drag you down a little closer, allowing the head to be heavy. Maybe we have our elbows on the ground, maybe our forehead is almost touching our feet here. Feeling free to extend the legs out if this is really uncomfortable, of course.
Holding for one more breath. And then as we inhale, we're going to raise ourselves up through neutral.
Gonna grab hold of the outer edge of our left foot with our right hand. Take a twist over to the left hand side, extend the left arm out, and we're gonna extend the left leg out. So our right leg is still really open, super open for the hip. If this feels all right, maybe bring the left arm all the way around, continuing your bind. Gaze over this left shoulder, finding your twist. And as we inhale, we're gonna make our way back through neutral. We're gonna slide the right knee underneath the left and then stack the left knee on top of the right, releasing our foot when we get here. If this is really uncomfortable, feel free to have the sole of your left foot facing the floor, so the knee might be up a little bit, which is fine. When we arrive, we're gonna inhale both arms up. Exhale, taking another forward fold over top of these legs. If you need to slide your feet out to either side or even physically grab them and pull them out, feel free. Maybe we're on our forearms, maybe our elbows are touching the mat here, or maybe our hands are extended out and the arms are long. Whatever works for you. See if we can melt closer and closer down to the mat. Holding for one more breath. And then we're going to inhale, raise up. Extend the arms all the way up, release the legs back into your boat, rounding the arms to be in line with the legs. If the legs are bent. If the legs are not bent, then maybe the arms are in line with the knees. Holding here for one more breath. And as we exhale, soles of the feet together, take one more forward fold. Raising up high onto the sit bones first. Arms extended if you'd like. And exhale, forward fold. Maybe finding a little more space here. Maybe finding that this is just an uncomfortable shape. Extending, as I said, the legs out a little further away from the pelvis if that's a bit more doable. Holding for one more breath. And we're going to inhale, raise up, placing our left hand on the outside edge of the right leg. Opening the right leg, extending the right arm to the back of the mat, gaze to follow. Finding your twist. So we're still really open with this left hip. The left knee is maybe making its way closer and closer to the mat. Nice strong spine. Holding for 3 more breaths, really flexing in this right foot. For 2, opening the chest out. Maybe you've taken your bind here. And on our next breath, we're going to round all the way back. Lifting the left knee underneath the right. Using the right hand to stack the right knee on top of the left. Again, feeling free to pull your legs out to either side if you need. Seeing if we can maintain on both sit bones as we inhale, raise our arms up. Exhale, taking your forward fold. Again, as always, being mindful that on one side, maybe we're down on our forearms. Maybe we're allowed to drop our chest and our neck and everything down on top of our legs. Maybe on the other side, we have our hands and our back is maybe seemingly quite neutral. So just being mindful, it doesn't need to be symmetrical. It often isn't. But wherever we are, seeing if we can melt down a little more with each exhale. Allowing the body to find a connection, maybe with the legs. Nice, guys, one last breath. Inhale, roll up, release the legs. Nice big round out through the arms again. Find your boat one last time. Holding again for 3. And for 2. Nice strong core. And for 1, we'll straighten up through both legs. And through the arms, lower the whole body all the way down. 1 nice big stretch, pointing the toes. Exhale, rounding the arms all the way to the side body. Using just our core, we're going to inhale, flex in both feet first, and then straight leg, raise them both up through center. Maybe having to have a little lift on your back like I just did. And then we're going to bend our knees and extend the arms out into a T, and just gently drop both knees over to the left-hand side. Gaze maybe over the right shoulder. If you want to cross your right leg over the left once or twice, feel free. Or if you want to keep it quite gentle, feel free just to keep the knees stacked. Up to you. Nice, guys, holding for one more breath. And then we're going to uncross the knees if we have it. We'll all meet back with the knees stacked. And as they stay bent, we'll just gently come through neutral. Take one big lift up. Maybe activate the arms in some way. Exhale. Take your bend once more. And gently roll both knees over to the right hand side. Maybe the gaze comes over the left. Again, if you want to cross the left leg now once or twice over the right, feel free. Deepening that twist as you need. Holding for one more breath. And then when you're ready, uncrossing the knees if they're crossed, stacking them so we're all starting from the same space. And then with the knees bent, roll back through neutral. Take one last stretch up. Maybe pointing the toes. Arms can stay in the T shape here. As we super slowly, with control, roll the feet all the way down to the mat. Seeing if we can keep our lower back on the mat the whole time. Nice and slow and thoughtful down. Bring the arms down beside the side of the body, palms facing up. And allow the legs to be released from one another. Nice and loose, feet flopping to either side. And unless you want to take any of the shapes, which you feel free to, unless you want to do that, we can find our way into our Savasana. Bringing our eyes down to a close. And allowing our focus to be off any physical movement. Allow any breath practice to be finished here. And as always, allow us to find our new regular rhythm. Taking a moment to unshrug our shoulders, to loosen up our jaw, to relax our face. And finding a nice calm wash over the body. A calm that might feel like stillness, or a calm that might feel like slow-paced breath. And allow the body to just melt away. Allowing in our Savasana, our mind to reflect the body in its stillness. Allow the mat to absorb any movement, any thoughts, any feelings that aren't necessary for us to take with us for the rest of our day. And maybe taking a moment to offer up some appreciation for each and every part of the body that's touching the mat right now. Each and every part of the body that's allowing us to feel connected and grounded, activating our sense of touch in a way that provides stability. As always, catching our thoughts here if they've just begun to wander. bringing ourselves back into this quiet space. Being aware that when we're still or when we're in meditation, this quiet space does not need to be filled with anything. So feeling maybe an ability to limit ourselves from opening our eyes, from writing to-do lists, or moving around the body loads. In this moment, there's absolutely nothing that we need to do, nowhere that we need to be. And this calm and this stillness is us honoring ourselves, is us offering up time for ourselves. Before adding any movement into the body, as usual, we're going to finish just with 2 nice audible sighs out the mouth. So inhale deeply together through the nose here. Exhale, sigh it out. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, sigh it out. From here, beginning to invite some movement back into the body, taking some wiggles, some stretches, and in your own time, finding your way back up to a comfortable seated position, maybe the same one you started in, maybe not. Somewhere, again, you can sit nice and tall on your sit bones. And when we arrive, we're just going to bring our hands in prayer. And as always, float that prayer to our third eye chakra and between our eyebrows. And for the rest of our day, we're going to welcome in positive thoughts. And floating our hands down to our mouth. For the rest of our day, welcoming in positive words. And floating our hands down to our heart space. And for the rest of our day, welcoming in positive feelings, positive emotions and interactions. And finishing here, or if we wish, we can bow our head, offering up gratitude for ourselves and for each other and for sharing this space. Namaste. Nice one. Thank you, team. Thank you as always for coming, and I hope to see you soon. Or not, because everything's over the internet, but I still hope to see you soon. Bye.